What's up, guys? Holding an As50 here, bringing you my first impression of episode 1 review of Goblin Slayer. And I have to admit, I am very, very impressed. I mean, I don't read the manga or whatever, or light novel, or whatever this is, but I have heard a lot of good things from hardcore fans saying how good it is. And it's also very blurry, and a lot of messed up stuff is shown. Luckily, I think it's JC Staff that has this. And no, it's Silver Fox. I'm sorry, Silver Fox, which is their recreators, I believe, or ReZero. No, it was ReZero. Yeah, ReZero. ReZero. That was done by Silver Fox, and we've seen how they handle censorship. So I have faith in the studio, but again, just the way this whole episode was just phenomenal. I mean, it was extremely sad. Like, some moments I was scared, some I was happy, and some I was sad, and some was depressing. I mean, you know, it was happy going in the beginning and stuff, and I knew when the young chick, our main protagonist, when she joined the guild and everything was happy and dandy, and she was invited to go on an urgent quest, and her first quest with these random people, I had a feeling things were going to turn bad, but I didn't know things were going to be this bad and blurry. I mean, for once, the team leader got stabbed to death because his stupid mistake of having a longsword in a small cave. Then the mage chick gets stabbed in the stomach by poison. That's uncurable right now. And then the other chick, oh my god, I felt so bad for her. She wasn't just beaten and stabbed. She was also raped. And like, her adventure days are technically over. You know, the mental and physical damage of her going through all that and losing her teammates. She's done. She's not, even if she ever gets her mind stable again, I don't think we will ever see her being an adventurer. And I heard from a lot of people that seeing people get beat and raped and stabbed is something you see a lot here. Kind of almost not as on that berserk level, but up there. So I'm very, very happy to see what this brings. But also we see the main character, the Goblin Slayer himself, which they call him Goblin Slayer, which is his title, his nickname basically, but they don't really call him, like, he really doesn't have a name. But we know he's a silver rank adventurer, and that's one of the top highest. It's not the highest. I think the highest was stated to be platinum, but he's pretty close. But what bothers, not what bothers me, but what gets me wondering is, he got the title of Goblin Slayer because he slays nothing but goblins. But, I mean, goblins by nature in any fantasy are really weak, low-level creatures. They're usually the weakest. So how do you become a silver just by slaying goblins? But, I mean, it's the things that happen in this episode. And also, you know, besides our adventures, you know, going through all this, I feel bad for the main character because she started peeing on herself when she saw her one friend getting her clothes ripped off, and the goblins were about to rape that girl as well, the one that got stabbed, the mage. And that's when the Goblin Slayer came in and he slayed them with ease. And then he tag teamed with the main chick, and they slay all the goblins in the cave. And it comes to this one point where he finds a den of baby goblins, and he goes to slay them, and she says, "We're gonna kill the children too. Isn't they good goblins?" And he said it. Maybe there is good goblins, but we can't take that chance. Because goblins live for a long time, and they live with hatred and rage in their heart. So these are going to adapt and become smarter and worse than their parents. So he took a club and he just clubbed them all. And it was just a gruesome scene of just blood. Like, they ain't showed like him killing them slowly, but by beating them with the mallet. But we heard the blood, the scream, the splat. We saw the main chick turn around crying for them, and I think she was saying a prayer as well. And we just heard all this screaming. The screen is all black with blood dripping down. Then we see the blood on his club, and it was just. I know a lot of people were probably like, "But they're just children." Yeah, but sometimes children, you know, with tragedy like this, can become worse. And them being able to breed as fast as the goblins do, them being in the worst position, is still bad for the human race. So I have to admit, I agree with what he did. It's better for all of humankind if they were to be killed quickly here, instead of them growing up, you know. It's sad, Doesn't take away the fact that it's sad, but it had to be done. This was real life. I mean, other times you gotta play that decision of kill a few to save all, or let all die just to save these few, you know? But Goblin the Slayer made the right choice. And I noticed too, a couple of times in the anime when they show Goblin Slayer, I'm not sure, I think it's his right eye, a couple of times it would glow red, like fire. So I'm kind of wondering, is Goblin Slayer even half, and is he even human? Is he a monster? Maybe he's a goblin himself. I don't know. Again, I don't read this, so I'm not sure if it's a light novel or manga. I don't read Goblin Slayer, so please no spoilers. But I'm wondering, is he human? I mean, this man is covered in armor from head to toe. And I also noticed earlier that the mage who got stabbed in the stomach with the poison dagger, that same poison dagger stabbed him. And he was perfectly fine. He ain't take no antidote, no nothing. So I'm watching you, Goblin Slayer. I'm watching you. But yeah, it was weird, you know. Again, this was a good first episode. It left a really good impression. Again, I didn't really know how to feel in the beginning with how the teams were getting slaughtered. I mean, the boy got like stabbed to death. You know, the mage chick got beat up and stabbed with poison to paralyze her / knock her out. Then the other chick caught it the worst. She didn't just get beat and slammed into walls and broken, but they actually, like, they didn't show it completely, but they gave us a hint that you know, she got raped technically because her clothes were completely ripped off, and we saw a goblin behind her and squeeze her, you know, her butt cheeks. So, and then the way she was juggling back and forth and crying and stuff, it's basically another way of showing that she did get raped by them. Which, P.S. if y'all don't know, that's technically what goblins do in any fantasy story. That's how they reproduce. Because goblin females are really, really rare. But goblins like to go after human females anyway, so when they pillage them in their cities and their carts, they always take a couple of good females that they find attractive, and they take them back to their camp for breeding purposes. So, sad thing, but that's how goblins are in fantasy stories, and most of them basically. So, it fits the character. Again, it was extremely sad for her, you know, because, you know, these people looked like good people and sounded like good people, but just what happened to them was just such a tragic. Especially the girl, she caught it the worst, because she has to live with this tragedy and live with her being what she went through, you know, being raped and beat and raped again, and they took her back to the lair. So it's extremely sad. I'm not sure we're ever going to see her again or not, but because again, I'm not a manga reader or a light novel reader, I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure if this is a light novel or a manga that's got updated to the anime, but again, it was a really good first impression. I loved it. I can't stress enough how good this was, and I just can't wait for next week. But again, guys, forgive me for bringing this out late. It's going to be October 7th on a Sunday when this is released, my videos for this week, because Saturday the 6th, when all these animes I wanted to review came out, I had to do a double. So again, forgive me for that, but please like, comment, share, subscribe, tell me your thoughts and opinions. And this is something I'm going to review weekly on my channel if it keeps being this good, so please look forward to it. And again, smash that like button, hit that bell as well, the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.